Hey guys, it's Kato and welcome back to Kato's show where I talk about love, life, God, poetry, and pretty much every random thing that pops up in my head. So today I was thinking 2018 is coming to an end. There's like a couple of days left till the year end. 2017 is coming to an end. And yeah, so I was like, I thought it would be a good idea to talk about a couple of things I have learned in this year. So sit back and keep watching. Number one, let's start from January. January I was all hyped like every other person. I was like, this year I do things differently. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to post on my Instagram. Yeah, my focus this year was like for Instagram. Like I like social media. My focus this year was to build my Instagram, grow my Instagram audience, connect more with Instagram, because I tend to use Facebook a whole lot more. And shameless plug, if you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me. It's at follow me at its_Kado. Thank you very much. If you are not friends on Facebook, add me up. Gift Kado Ogwa. Thank you. Okay, back to the gist. My goal was to build my Instagram audience, and yeah, I just had this big picture in my head. I was going to build my Instagram, but then one mistake I made at the beginning was that I didn't set goals and I didn't write how I was going to achieve it. But then towards the middle, I think I got myself together and I like set goals. Have a schedule. What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about? Okay, you cannot just say you want to be a social media person and then you don't have what you're talking about. What's your goal? Basically I had to set goals. So the number one lesson I learned this year was that you cannot just say that you want to get you cannot just say you want to get some sort of result and then don't set goals as to how they'll be achieved. Yeah, so you have to be like, personally I like to be detailed because it helps me, it guides me so that I'm not going out of point and out of what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, that's for the first one. Number second thing I learned this year was that you can achieve anything. And I know how vague that sounds. That's like the thing they tell you every day, like something that you hear from everybody. But then I learned it this year. You can achieve anything as long as you set your mind to do it. As long as, like, there's no limitations. Like, the limitations are just in your head. The things that you think are holding you down are just in your head. And I had to learn this lesson over and over and over again. But then one very amazing thing was that I really wanted to host an event in Nigeria this year. And I live in Ukraine, like, not like I live in Ukraine, I'm schooling in Ukraine, and I wanted to host an event in Nigeria because I was going to go home for the summer. I went home for the summer, and I kept thinking, how's this going to happen? There were times I just wanted to like just let it be and forget about it, but I had to learn that I can actually achieve anything because there were ways to make it happen, and it happened. Because I didn't give in to those limitations of distance and of thinking that okay, it can't happen, or like there will not be enough time to fix it, there will not be enough time to make things work. But just like pushing past that layer of fear and that layer of doubt, yeah, I got to achieve like that goal. I actually hosted not just one but like 2 events this year, and I'm proud of myself. So yeah, now that leads me up to my third point, and that is teamwork is always better. Me, I'm kind of person that likes to like, I say like a lot, but I'm the kind of person that likes to work on my own. I am a loner. I am my person. I like my company. I'd rather stay with myself than with any other person. Yeah, but then one thing I had to learn this year was that, girl, you can't do this by yourself. This life thing, you can't go through life by yourself. You have to get a team. You have to work with people. You have to get people's ideas. You have to listen to what other people have to say. You have to listen to other people's perspective. You have to get other people's like input. You understand? Because I'm trying to build a community. Yeah, the Inspired Hearts community. And that was the community that hosted the 2 events in Nigeria this year. And it would have been impossible for me to achieve those goals if I did not have a community that I was working with, if I didn't have a team that I was working with. So I had to like learn that I can't do everything by myself. I can't be both the event planner and both the direct finance manager, I can't be everything. I can't both write the poems and present them. I can't be the MC. I can't do everything. I had to learn that because I'm the kind of person that once I start learning something, I would pick it up very quickly. So I like to deceive myself that, oh, I can do it all by myself. I can do bad all by myself, and yeah, sit down in my comfort zone of, making things work. But then there's only so far you can go by your own self. It's so much easier for you to like go far when you're working with people, because then you have people to help you and support you. So yeah. So what number we are? I think 4. Yeah. One important lesson I learned this year was that, girl, you don't have time. One lie I've been telling myself since I was 13 is that this time, you have all the time in the world. Yeah, I clearly have this, like, I have this vivid memory of me telling myself when I was 13, I'm just 13, yeah. But like, I'm actually getting old. When I turned 21 this year, I'm like, girl, there's not enough time in this world. Like, I have all these goals and all these dreams and all these things I want to achieve, but then most of the time I keep holding them back because I feel like I have time. But like, I had to wake up this year. I know that like, time is running, people are doing things. If you do not wake up and get your act together, like, time will just go past, and you would wake up one day and you're 90 and you're like, where did all the time go? So yeah, you too, I don't know what goals you have. Like, there's no time, just do it. Work, okay? Make it work. Yeah. So like, next thing is learn from people. I'm looking now because my paper is down there. Learn from people. I have one issue, or I had one issue, I think, because I think I've dealt with it a bit in this year. I have this issue where it's very hard for me to, like, how do I put this? It was hard for me to like listen to somebody or humble myself enough to learn from someone that is younger than myself. Once I just find out that you're like younger than me, or you're my age mate, I used to get angry. I'll just turn off. Not necessarily because I felt proud or so, but because I used to get mad at myself that, how does this person know this thing and I don't know it, and we're like the same age, or the person is like older than me with just 1 year. You should know this thing by yourself. You should have known it by now. It's something you should have learned, but I don't know it. I don't know everything. So like, this year I had to like sit down and just consciously put myself in the position where I had to learn from people, even though, irrespective of our age difference, irrespective of how much older that I am than they are, or how much older, yeah, whatever. Well, irrespective of our age difference, I had to like learn to just sit down and learn. Everybody has something to teach you, and if you just sit down and learn, you probably gain more. And yeah, this is getting long. But then 2 things. One thing is to ask for help, and it's quite similar to like teamwork is better, but then on a more personal level, asking for help is something that is difficult for me. This year I had to learn that I don't have to carry all of my burdens by myself. You have a support system, you have friends, like, actually talk to them. Although I know like people are really hesitant to talk to their friends, but then you don't have to talk to everybody. You need to have like 1 or 2 people that you're at least talking to, so that you don't crash at the end of the day. And the very last thing, and I think is like one of the most important things I learned this year, is that God loves me. And I know that it sounds simple, but it was like really deep part this year. I got to learn that God loves me as a father. He's my father. He is my father, personal for me. And it's really overwhelming. I think now if I start talking about that today, I probably would not finish. But then there's this assurance when you know that God loves you as a father. You know that he will not abandon you. You know that he's with you through every situation that you're going through, whatever it may be, whatever it may sound like. It's just like really amazing to know that God really loves you as a father. He cares for you, he's watching over you, and then he is going to correct you. He's not going to be all smooth, and he's not just going to let you, I mean, when you cross him, when you do the wrong things, um he doesn't restrain his love from you, but then he is going to, with his love, correct you. And yeah, it's just amazing to know that and learn that and come to that realization. So long video, yeah, but then like these are a couple of things I learned this year. So what did you learn this year? Did you learn anything this year? What are you going to the new year with? Yeah, and are you the kind of person that sets goals for years? If you are, let's talk in the comment section. Until next time, remember that today belongs to you. Make use of it. Bye bye.